Well, I knew I was in for a tough road when one of the first classes in my freshman year, Ryan Griffith asked us to make some observations from Genesis chapter 1. And excitedly, I responded, and I was very excited about my answer, but he only responded with, well, that's a good thought and an implication of the text, but not an observation. I thought, an observation, okay. A moment later, I offered a second answer, thinking I had nailed it this time, only to hear the second exact response, the same exact response. I knew in that moment I was crazy for coming back to school at 26 years old. I didn't even know the difference between an implication and observation, seriously. While I can't say that I enjoyed every moment here, I can say that I'm thankful for the 4 years that I had here. I am a different man than I was when I came. All my expectations have been exceeded. And why am I able to say that today? Well, yes, this is a fine institution. It's wonderful. But that is not the reason our lives have been changed. God, He is present. That is why our lives have been changed. God has honored the labor of these professors as they have strove to be faithful to His word and trained up another generation of leaders who will go and do the same. For that, I give God thanks through Jesus. And I give thanks to the staff and faculty who have been a means to this grace that I've received. Neither would I be who I am today without my cohort, my classmates, whom God so wisely brought together. We've roomed together, for better or for worse. We've celebrated weddings and new babies. Yes, we have. We've celebrated ministry successes and failures. We've sinned against one another, forgiven one another. You've pointed me to Jesus when I needed it most. I'm so grateful for each of you, and I believe that I've made lifelong friends here. I also want to thank our board and all our faithful supporters who have given funds that I could graduate from this institution debt-free. I'm so grateful for you. I am indebted to you. I'd like to share 3 ways that I'm grateful for my time here. I've already shared several. Let me share a few others. 1, I've seen Jesus more clearly. I think I can speak for all the graduates today that we came here to see God more. Psalm 46:4 says, "There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy habitation of the Most High. God is in the midst of her." You see, where God is, gladness abounds. He is the living water. He is the source of joy, even in a disorienting world. And I can say that my soul has truly been satisfied as with a fat and rich meal. In my classes, in chapels, in personal study, it's brought joy time and time again. Number 2, I've been made more like Jesus. Now that has come at times with less overflowing joy, though it has also come as I've looked back on the Lord's grace. I've been humbled. Before coming here, I imagined myself as God's gift to the lost world. Somehow He needed me. However, God showed me what it looks like to serve the church in the world through these professors and the elders of this church. These brothers lay down their lives for us. They serve us so well. I've been increasingly taught to rely on the resurrection power of Jesus rather than on my own strength. There have been so many times that I've said to God, why does it have to be like this? I have 0 time for anything but homework. I have a headache because of Augustine and Aquinas and Aristotle. God has been so faithful to keep me and shape me through this time with His tender fatherly care. Thirdly, I've been equipped to go and proclaim Jesus' excellencies. I came here to train for cross-cultural ministry And had I gone overseas 4 years ago, as I had originally planned, I am certain that I would have made a lot of mistakes. 4 years later, I can say that I will make, less mistakes. I'm so grateful for that. Much of that equipping is owing to this church, as I've had the opportunity to grow with this body and serve alongside the leaders in small group ministry, on staff with the youth, with international students at local universities. This church body has been, for me, a home and a family away from home. Ultimately, I'm more grounded biblically, theologically, and spiritually to be able to serve, God willing, in South Asia in the years to come. I'd like to conclude with a brief exhortation. Brothers and sisters, our capacity for work in a single day, it has been stretched big time. Don't slow down. Let's go hard for the glory of God. We will not regret it. We'll only wish that we had gone harder when we see each other in glory. What ground do I have? What power is there behind this charge? That is that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. What is the power we have? The same source from which you've drawn for joy and life in your time here. It's still open for you tomorrow and the next day and the next day by his Spirit. So draw often from the incomparable well. The same rock and steadfast counselor who has kept you through trials and transformed your life in this time, he will be there for you tomorrow and the next day. And wherever you go, he will be there to do the same work in you. Is there another Prince of Peace? Is there another resurrected Lord who says over us, fear not? No. God is our refuge and strength. He is our very present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear though the earth gives way. And this same God, who is our hope until the day he comes, he is also the hope for the lost world, brothers and sisters. And you are carriers of that hope. You know the King of Peace. Who else will share this treasure with our neighbors, with our coworkers, with our family members, with the people groups of North Korea, in Iraq, in Somalia? These jars of clay, they will wear out and even perhaps be killed, but even in death we are victors through Christ. If God is for us, who can be against us? The Lord of hosts, he is with us. So let's run so as to win the prize. Amen. Amen. Thank you.